So we tweeted out for you to give your biggest calcio hot takes. What is on your mind that you may be a little bit embarrassed to say or wouldn't be a popular opinion? Let's get into them. All right, first one from Anthony. Immobile is a flat truck bully who stat pads goals against smaller teams with only the occasional big team goal. Sorry, Phil. I know he's your boy.
Is that really much of a hot take?
What do you think?
For the most part. I mean, it's a little exaggerated.
I think that he loves to just get those goals against like Spal.
That's what I'm saying. It's not really much of a hot take.
I agree with that one.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a little bit exaggerated. I wouldn't choose that wording, but I do agree with that. Zach says, Inter on a steep downfall and will get worse every year until Suning is gone and the club gets financially stable.
Jeez.
This I disagree with. I feel like the best thing that they did was get Beppe Marotta.
They're getting better.
Made them so stable. They fix things before they get broken. Like, look at even signing Mkhitaryan.
They already have like 5 people already signed. They're the most successful right now in this Mercato. They look like they're building for the future. That's a hot take for sure.
Okay, you don't agree with it.
Yeah.
AJ, our boy AJ, says Ancelotti is just a lucky Allegri. That's a funny one. Their style-wise, I get what he's saying.
Funny.
They're kind of like similar in the way they try to defend, but Ancelotti is more of a winner.
And he just wins the finals when Allegri can. So yeah, you could say that.
But people will say that Ancelotti, see, he's saying he's lucky, like he's just gotten better teams. If Allegri would have been in the situations that Ancelotti would be.
That's a tough one.
Nah, Ancelotti's a maestro for me. Like he's been there forever and he's still doing it.
Yeah, Ancelotti's better.
Sorry, AJ. Mikal says Zaniolo is not worth more than 15 million. 15? Worse stats than Junior Messias.
15? Yeah. Nah, bro, come on. I mean, I don't think he's worth like 80 million or whatever the case is because due to injuries and other stuff like that. But I think he's worth at least 50 million.
What do you say about that he has worse stats than Junior Messias?
It's hard to judge because, like I said, the injuries didn't help him at all. But he's better than Messias. I think we can all agree.
Zaniolo's way more talented. Yeah. I mean, we can't classify them in the same realm. Zaniolo has a lot to learn. He's still 22 years old. Obviously, he's not 50 million. But I think he's like a 35 to 40 million euro player. The only thing is he's a big risk for teams to buy him for the
build around
like 60 million euro. I wouldn't bet on him.
That's fine.
But definitely, yes, 15 million, he's way more than that.
Just like reading mean tweets or something for these
it
players.
is, right? Christian Leao. Kalulu is a better defender than Ligt.
Ooh. No, he's not better, but I think he's the most surprising one, most improved and even versatile. Because no one expected that. So you just automatically think, oh, this guy's so good. When, you know, De Ligt, you expected the best of him because what he did with Ajax and what he's been doing at the highest level.
De Ligt definitely didn't live up to the expectations when everyone in Europe wanted him and he was the golden boy and he was 75 million euros plus. He has not been that player. I think it's also been Juventus' fault in a way too. The way that they've played, the amount of different players that he had by his side,
he couldn't
I think
gel.
It has not helped him.
Yeah.
If you put them both at the same value, and you said which one is better, which one would you rather in your team, I would choose De Ligt over Kalulu.
Kalulu had a better season than De Ligt, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's a better player.
Jake says Vlahovic is pretty overrated. Guy gets pushed off the ball too easily and doesn't show up in the big games.
No, that's a hot take. With Fiorentina, he was always popping off. He scored whenever, bro, he scored like every game. And with Juve, it's a little bit more different. I think he has to learn Allegri's style a little bit better. But when he does figure that out, he's 21 years old, I think he's going to become a beast. So that's a hot take.
22, yeah. A lot of the narrative has been since he joined Juventus, he has not looked himself. And it's absolutely clear. He's another one of those guys that is like, sometimes he's left alone on an island trying to do everything because his teammates are not supporting him. Yeah. But we've seen the quality. We saw what he did at Fiorentina. And I think next year will be a good tell. If he really does have Chiesa and Di Maria on his wings and he's not doing well, then okay, then we'll make the judgment. Out of all the young players in Serie A, he's got one of the highest ceilings, if not the highest ceiling, along with maybe Leao. I would put those two.
And Lazetic.
Mike thinks he's funny. Teflon, Ronaldo ruined Juventus. I don't agree with this.
I can see both sides of this. He definitely helped Juventus as much as he could, but by him doing that, Juventus relied on him so much that with him leaving, it kind of destroyed them.
Ronaldo the player, all he did was help Juventus.
Ronaldo the player.
And they would not have won that last Scudetto under Sarri without him. The problem is, I think financially, they made themselves crippled a little bit because they spent so much money. And then they bought this great star, this great Ferrari. They parked it on the street. They couldn't afford a garage to even put it in. For me, that's more of a Juventus mistake than it is blaming Ronaldo.
Yeah, I'm not saying blame Ronaldo, but I'm just saying him as a player. I'm not saying his, he did the best. He did incredible, obviously. But him being there made it too reliant on him. That's what I meant.
Padre Pioli, Roma will end top 4 next season. I don't think this is a hot take. I'm saying it now. A lot can change. But right now, June 20th, Roma will make top 4. I'm saying it right now.
That's a mini hot take for me. Napoli don't look the hottest right now, but there's still plenty of time in the Mercato. They can just make a couple more signs and they can look like the new team to beat. So that's why I'm still, before I'm jumping the gun, I want to see how the transfers go out first. Because everything can change. Just like when we were doing the predictions, when Ronaldo came, everything changed.
I'm giving you $100 to make a bet on who will make the top 4 between Napoli and Roma. Who would you put your money on today?
Napoli.
Okay. I would choose Roma. Alessandro, Locatelli is overrated, coming from a Juventus fan. This is a big topic.
Locatelli is overrated, it may seem, because just like Vlahovic, they play different kind of football than when he played at Sassuolo. I think he fit much better in that system. So now him going to Juve, it changed completely. He doesn't look like himself, so I wouldn't say he's overrated. I just think he's missed coach.
I was never a big fan of Locatelli. I had said it for a long time. I think he's a really good player. Like, I think he's at a certain level. He was never that player for me that helped fix Juventus's midfield. And I guess when he says overrated, if you go based off what some fans were saying when they signed Locatelli, I would agree with that statement. Like, people thought he was going to be the thing that saves the midfield. For me, he's never been that. When he was playing for the Italian national team and people wanted him starting over Verratti. Like, for me, he's not that level. Like, he's a good player. He could be good in a certain system. And I think he's way better going forward than he is just playing as a regista that passes the ball side to side and has to do long passes.
That's for sure.
So I don't know if I disagree with Alessandro that much. Next year, when you have Locatelli, Pogba, and then whoever will play as that third midfielder, you'll get the tell if Locatelli's overrated or not.
Yeah, I feel like it's harder to judge based on that because you're putting him in a position that he didn't excel at Sassuolo. So are you really judging him or should you be judging Allegri?
Ooh, last one from Indisco. Sarri is the most underrated Italian manager and is better than Spalletti and Allegri. No cap.
No, I disagree. Sarri?
Yeah.
No way, bro.
You're saying no, back it up.
He gets in a fight in every club he goes to, first of all. And definitely not better than Ancelotti. I think Spalletti's better than him. I think even Allegri's better than him. Definitely not, man.
My only thing with Sarri, I think that when you look at tactically, that might be, one argument. Like a coach, you got to look full circle. And if you say like maybe tactically in the way that he can make certain teams play with smaller players, in my opinion, then he's one of the best. He's really good in that aspect. But for me, Sarri, when he goes to a top team and when he has superstar players who don't want to do his mundane trainings and tasks, that's one of the reasons why he didn't do good at Juventus, because the senior players didn't want to listen to what he had to say. I think he overcoaches in a way. And what is in his damn notebook? I need to know.
One day we're going to find out what it is. And I feel like it's not going to be anything about coaching.
All right, guys. Those are your culture hot takes. Let us know which one you agreed with. Comment them down below. If you like this series, maybe we'll keep doing it. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
And let us know your hot takes.
Down below.
Down below.